Hello everyone, we are the Group 1. We are going to present our skit that shows an example of the advantage and disadvantages of media and information.
Good afternoon, class.
Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, today we will continue the oral presentation on the historical places of the Philippines. I know that you are excited to know more about the history of our country. So, presenters for today, you may now start presenting. By the way, who will present first?
Miss Nainay, ma'am.
Yes, Miss Linay, the floor is yours.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmates. Today, we are going to unravel the historical places in our country. Are you excited?
Yes, Anima.
Okay, so since you're excited, we will now start. Next slide, please. Now, the first one is the Tirad Pass. It was the site of the 1899 Battle of Tirad Pass during the Philippine-Japanese War. Tirad Pass, Ilocos Sur is not just a great spot for adventure seekers, but it's also one of the most historical places in the Philippines, as it was the site of the 1899 Battle of Tirad Pass during the Philippine-Japanese War. Next slide, please. Next is Limasawa, Southern Leyte. The town of Limasawa in Southern Leyte is one of the most historical sites in the Philippines you shouldn't miss. The first documented Catholic Mass in the Philippines was held here on March 31, 1512, officiated by Father Pedro de Valderrama.
Yes, Miss Timugan, you are raising your hand. Would you like to say something?
Yes, ma'am. I would just like to give a comment on what Miss Noy and I have shared. I think that the 1899 Battle of Tirad Pass was during the Philippine-American War instead of the Philippine-Japanese War, as what I have read from the book.
Yes. Another one from Miss Humaya. Yes, Miss Humaya. Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can
Hello?
hear you now.
Okay, so I also have observed errors on the date, ma'am. So I think the first documented Catholic Mass in the Philippines was held on March 31, 1521, and not 1512, ma'am.
Okay, so you
Oh, I
spotted an error on the date. Yes, Miss Noynay.
I'm so sorry, classmates. It's my fault. I just copied the information from Google without considering other sources. And also, I didn't check if that source was reliable. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Anima. We
Yes.
all make mistakes and
Yes, it's okay, Miss Noynay. At least you have realized a lesson from this. I also appreciate your classmates because they were very understanding. I will give you a chance, Miss Noynay. You can present again tomorrow. And be sure to apply what you have learned today. Is that okay, Miss Anima? You can put down your hand, Miss Humaya.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm sorry again. I will try my best, but thank you so much, classmates.
Yes, it's okay. Okay, so before we end our class, before we end our meeting, let us have first a photo op.
tomorrow.
Okay, good afternoon, class. Miss Miss Noynay, you may start presenting now.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmates. Today, we are going to unravel the historical places in our country. Now, the first one is the Tirad Pass. It was the site of the 1899 Battle of Tirad Pass during the Philippine-American War, not Japanese War, Philippine-American War. And Tirad Pass, Ilocos Sur is not just a great spot for adventure seekers, but it's also one of the most historical places in the Philippines, as it was the site of the 1899 Battle of Tirad Pass during the Philippine-American War. Next is, next please. Next is the Limasawa, Southern Leyte. The town of Limasawa in Southern Leyte is one of the most historical sites in the Philippines you shouldn't miss. The first documented Catholic Mass in the Philippines was held here on March 31, 1521, officiated by Father Pedro de Valderrama. And I have read from other reliable sources about the history of Tirad Pass and Limasawa, and I also read news published online from reliable sources to get more information regarding the historical places in our country. This time, I make sure to analyze what I read and see online, because not everything posted and uploaded online is true. There are a lot of fake news nowadays. That is why it is very important to critically evaluate content and sources. So absorbing fake news is also another way of spreading fake news. So I think that's all for my report for today. Thank you so much for listening.
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Noynay. So you see, Miss Noynay corrected the errors you've spotted yesterday, and for that, congratulations, Miss Noynay. That was a very comprehensive discussion and presentation. Okay, so now we also have learned something from that mistake, okay? That we should review the things we search online, the things we get online, the information we see no online, okay? And we also have to be very critical in the content and also the sources of our information. Yes, and with that, before we end our meeting for today, I request you all to please open your camera. To those who have not yet opened their cameras, let us have again the photo op.
Our skit shows that media is a good source of information. However, if we are not careful with checking the information in our sources, this could give us false information, or worse, we could also spread that false information to the people. That is all. We hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.
Taking into consideration that media plays a vital role in our everyday lives, filtering information must be taken into action. That is, knowing what is true from what is false. Moreover, we must have reliable and valid sources to prevent us from spreading fake news.